Ukrainian F-16 destroyed en masse by Russian Wonder missiles. Kremlin media reporting a missile strike on a Ukrainian military airfield in Khmelnytsky region, claiming that several F-16 jets were destroyed and an American pilot was killed. After prolonged air raid alerts and missile launches of Kinzhal targeting the airfield, the Russians have begun launching such information operations. As proof, they are citing alleged posts on social media from relatives of the deceased American pilot.
Steven is dead. My husband is dead. Freaking Russian, freaking Ukraine. He died because of all this crap with the program for foreign instructors. I don't know why he agreed. He hasn't been home for months and now he's just gone. And I don't understand how they're going to get my husband back from the damn Starokonstantinu. And who will return the other dead men to their families here? Someone's upset about these 4 freaking F-16s. You're freaking idiots. Enough. Our people are dying in who knows where and for what? Imaginary wife of an imaginary US serviceman, allegedly on Facebook.
And here's where the things start to get strange. There is no Facebook user by the name of Melanie Malvin Parker. Moreover, Google and other search engines fail to find any references to a person with this double surname anywhere online except for the reports about the alleged pilot's death in Starokonstantinu Khmelnytsky region. The screenshot of the post is published in very low resolution, making it impossible to identify the video's avatar. But the photo of the husband suspiciously resembles the American actor Matthew Horn. There are also issues with the number of supposedly destroyed F-16s. On September 26, the Telegram channel Main in Berdyansk reported the destruction of 2 American jets. This was echoed by Russian war correspondent propagandist Alexander Kots. And the website of the TV Tavria, based in occupied Henichinsk of Kherson region, Ukraine, published a sighting of pro-Kremlin blogger Anatoly Shary, claiming that 4 fighters were destroyed. But already by 3 p.m. that day, Arguments and Facts, one of the oldest newspapers under Kremlin control, increased the number to 5. It will be interesting to see how quickly the number of destroyed F-16s will continue to grow. This obsessive desire to destroy or at least show the destruction of American fighter jets can be easily explained. Half of the world is helping Ukraine now, therefore showing that, look, they are being supplied with weapons, but we destroyed everything with our domestically produced super weapons, is the only way to somehow maintain their image inside Russia, especially given the failed attempts to push Ukrainians out of the Kursk region. Next, we have the situation with Russian strategic warehouses in Tarapets. The explosions were visible from space. The Estonian intelligence expects that Russian forces will experience a significant shortage of ammunition at the front in the coming weeks due to this strike on a depot in the Russian city of Tarapets in Tver region. As reported by Estonian channel ERR, Colonel Ants Kiviselg, head of the Estonian Intelligence Center, commented on the successful Ukrainian strike.
30,000 tons of explosive ordnance were detonated, which means 750,000 shells. If we take the average battle rate, the Russian Federation has fired 10,000 rounds a week, so that's 2 to 3 months' supply of ammunition. As a result of this attack, Russia has suffered losses in ammunition, and we will see the impact of these losses on the front in the coming weeks. Ants Kiviselg, head of the Estonian Defense Forces Intelligence Center, during a press briefing.
So this is logical that Russians wanted some kind of revenge for the destroyed depots. Yet at this moment Russian occupation forces continue to maintain operational initiative in the east of Ukraine, continuing to wipe out the remains of Ukrainian towns in Donbass with their glide bombs. And the allowance to hit Russian airfields where carriers of these very bombs take off could really make the life harder for the occupiers. That's why they are so afraid of the possible and I believe upcoming allowance to use Storm Shadow and ATACMS against Russian targets. Russians hope that the support for Ukraine will wane, but what we see? President Zelensky is warmly welcomed in the USA, where he took part in the UN General Assembly and Security Council meetings, after which he met President Biden and Vice President Harris. Both assured Ukrainian defense and victory is not charity for the USA, it is their strategic interest.
Any parallel or alternative attempts to seek peace are, in fact, efforts to achieve a lull instead of an end to the war on the safety of nuclear facilities in Ukraine. Most in the world understand what's at stake.
History has shown us If we allow aggressors like Putin to take land with impunity, they keep going. And Putin could set his sights on Poland, the Baltic states, and other NATO allies.
And once again, let's look at what is happening inside Russia and inside their propaganda.
This war will end when the entire territory of Ukraine is under our control, because NATO will always find someone to fight against us on this territory. They will find Poles, Baltics, Czechs, Colombians and others. Therefore, we should not rest, including in our forecasts, in the development of our military-industrial complex and in economic planning. We need to understand that everything will not end with Ukraine and Ukrainians. Thus, we will have to take control of this territory by all means.
And here we are. We see that Russians won't simply stop, while they are not stopped by force. This war against Ukraine is just the beginning of a broader confrontation in their eyes. Probably they would like to see half of Europe in ruins and the other half subdued to them just because they want it. Remember that your defense starts with your choice, and don't let propaganda win.
We in the game.